1775, the Revolutionary War hit home, but not all the women just wanted to wait and wait for their heroes to return home. Cooking, cleaning, coaching the daughter, whose only thought were of the battles her father fought. Some took a stance. They convinced the men to give them a chance. They pushed away the strict label. Women pushed away their gender symbol. Women were cooks, maids, and seamstresses, but women were also soldiers, spies, and nurses. Dressing as men to fight with a gun, 1783, the Revolutionary War ended, another begun. 1917, U.S. became an ally, but World War I required a much larger battle cry. A country can't go to war when there aren't enough soldiers. U.S. looked to the woman for more. U.S. said officially that women can join the military. But that doesn't make it fair. Women are able to carry their weight, and yet it always seems as though we don't care. We're the thinkers, men the doers. In the war, 33,000 women were nurses and supporters. At least, according to the law, that's all you saw. But women were spies. Women were soldiers. Women were risking their lives alongside the men. Even with World War II coming in 1941, a combat role was not filled by one woman in any of the world wars. At least to a legal guy, a woman never held a gun to an enemy eye. World wars are over. The country is moving on. Women's rights are never more emphasized as we agonize over our inability to fight in an infantry, marching on foot towards the enemy. Battles will never come to an end. We will always need people to defend. Women are appearing in more and more roles, but more and more they are fearing the controls. The controls, 1994, women are open to 80% of all military jobs. Standards are lowered for us. An arm hang can count for pull-ups. We're seen as lower, weaker, always in need of a speaker. Women are built to bring life. Men are built to deal with strife. That's why they're always the knight and we're always the princess, damsels in distress. Last year, women were told to pocket their remorse. Let it sit on the back burner, those 326 years of the invisible fence with invisible force. On the other side, a thunder of armies. Men can pass through with a gun with ease, but the force field keeps women in the shelter of trees, no one able to see how women help keep us free. Purely because our genders disagree, the looks they received, the doubt they endured, the gender barrier barricading women from being in combat. At least 2016, women could raise their self-esteem. Now we're making a new historical record. We're tired of ignore, exercise our right to be on board. Right woman big on a billboard. Men may consider us to be breaking the brotherhood where men can be men with no woman to distract them, to interrupt them, to interfere with their war, their duty to protect. So much so that we can't even walk around V-necked. A woman cannot fear war enemies when the men around her are secret frenemies. They pretend to be friendly until they assault her sexually. Trials to bring justifying defenses require huge expenses. Huge setbacks cause fault in the armed forces. Women don't want trouble. They're workhorses who can't even grumble when we fear anger over assault. Combat women respect fellow soldiers, respect fellow officers, respect the United States. Women, we just want the same respect. With all this conspiracy, women will continue to fear joining the military and learning the military dictionary. Women sent to Afghanistan, Syria, anywhere around the Middle East, fear being captured as prisoners. They fear crueler punishments than the men, and yet women accept their deployments. Women are ready for combat. That's what they train for, and that's what they should be respected for. Women are now 14.6% of the United States military, 6.8% of the Marine Corps, 13.6% of the Army, 15.7% of the Coast Guard, 16.4% of the Navy, and 19.1% of the Air Force. So women bring the sisterhood. Always holding a gun in one hand, always striving to stand, but we stand on broken pillars. Breaks that were made by sexual assaults, prisoner punishments, lowered standards, fear of non-acceptance, fear of breaking the brotherhood. Women may stand on broken pillars, but we hold our stands, and that makes America advance. That's what makes America stay high in the sky, and through every cry, we will never say goodbye. American women will stand by.